for any of them. So if we can make a place that's big enough, instead of trying to do hodgepodge, one person open a roller skating rink here, another person try to open an arcade here, another person try to open this here and here. It's financially, the numbers don't work. But if we make a place like Mountain Rush, where we get people within that rectangle to come, because we have all of those in one place, then things start to change. In fact, it's interesting that Alan Dressler would talk about 60-mile radius, because that's what we did our 3-ring study on. We paid for a 3-ring study, and to give you an idea here, the 15-mile, the first circle is 15 miles radius. We have just over 85,000 people in that radius. If you go out to the second radius here, that's between the 15-mile and 35-mile radius, and there are over 200,000 people just within that ring. And then from 35 miles to 60 miles out here is another 700,000 people. And so if you make it big enough, ambitious enough, then you have access, instead of the 5,000, 6,000 people here in Covington, you have access to almost 1 million people. And that's not counting tourists that come into this area from outside of those circles for like the Greenbrier or Homestead, and they come to this area for these other activities and outdoor activities. They travel from other places for those activities. That's not even counting those. We're just talking about permanent residents here. That's why we need to make it larger. And if we make it large enough and the entire community gets on board with this, and collaborate and rally around this endeavor, we're going to be able to make this not only a reality, but in the future, once we establish this flow into Covington, then we can open up more of these smaller entertainment centers. And we could become like the little Gatlinburg of Virginia. And you say, well, that's ambitious. Like, why not? Why not? But we kind of have a chicken and egg problem. And I want to be the chicken. I know that kind of came out weird. Don't fry me or anything like that. But, it's like, let's do this. Let's make it up. So because of that, I want to present to you Mountain Rush. Mountain Rush, it will have over 30,000 square feet of activity and entertainment space across 2 different floors. And what you're looking at here is one of the most recent CAD layouts of Mountain Rush. Of course, this could change over the next course of the year, especially as the architects get involved more and the engineers get involved. But this is just one of our layouts, CAD layouts that we've been working with, how we're going to fit everything in and still make it a cohesive, fantastic, exciting place. Much of it is kind of like a large open room where people can interact together with various activities or just sit and observe their friends and families. And so people will be able to sit in one place and be able to watch their kids in all the other activities. We're trying to make this as family, integrated, and inclusive as possible. Our plan at this time is to have it open from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Friday and Saturday might be open until midnight, but a lot of roller skating rinks and stuff, they don't have those kind of hours. They don't open at 8. And you're like, why are you opening at 8 in the morning for a roller skating activity? Because this is Mountain Rush. It's more than that. This is a community activity center that is going to, and I'm just really, really excited about sharing this. Possibly, limited opening on availability on Sundays for special events, but we believe we're going to have plenty of stuff to do during that time. Another thing I want to mention, and this is a key thing, is part of our balance of wanting to bring in, be a for-profit company and bring in revenue and tax revenue, but also this balance of allowing the community to be able to come and enjoy. We are not going to charge a general admission fee. It will be free for the public to walk in the doors. We're going to have several activities, which I'm going to be showcasing a little bit, that will be free for the public to come in and enjoy. Now, from a business standpoint, that makes sense. You get them in the door, and eventually they'll spend some money, right? But also, I believe it's going to be a way that, have you ever gone to a place and your kids are going to participate in the activity, right? A trampoline park or something, right? There's no way you're going to go do that. But you still have to pay a fee to get in. to watch them, to make sure that they have fun and good. You been there with me on that? Well, I don't want that. I want your kids to be able to do the rock climbing, and you can sit there and take pictures and enjoy it with them without having to pay to get in. The general public will be able to come in and enjoy it. Now, right here, this big section right here, that's the crown jewel of the roller skate, of Mountain Rush, which is going to be a 7,500 square foot roller skating rink. We knew we could not make this small. Now, we've had a roller skating rink here in the past, and it closed down before I moved into the area. I heard from some of the kids, well, they're now adults, but that when they were kids, it was kind of dark, it was small, there was some water damage, which made the floor a little wrinkled and stuff. Kind of smelled a little weird at times, but it was the best fun they ever had when they were 10 years old. And that's the kind of thing we want to be able to do today. And we want it to be big enough. With this, we should be able to do 200 or more people roller skating at the same time. To be able to handle not only local people coming and enjoying, but also outside tourists coming. It'll be hardwood maple, locally sourced from these hills. Which is really exciting to me. We've already secured an agreement with Union Church Millworks, working with Stephen Bennett there, and he is all on board with this. And this is the kind of collaboration I'm hoping to have with more businesses in this area. In fact, every single business that's found out about this, that has offered their services, is offering at a discount rate. I mean, so local licensed contractors are like, we want to get behind this. We still want to pay our people and materials. I'm for that. But to get a discount rate to make sure that this happens, I greatly appreciate it. Steve Bennett and the crew over there have said that they will get hardwood maple from this area, and they've been very helpful with the style, the coloring, the strip width. I'm so excited about the quality that this is not going to be a cheap concrete or plastic roller skating rink. This will be something to tell your friends about. Some people have wondered why we haven't opened yet. Like, seriously, like, is this meeting to tell people about it being open? I was like, no. Because just the collecting of this hardwood and treating it, drying it, seasoning it, it's going to take at least 6 months itself. And so probably more like 9 months, because we're going to get quality here. And we're really excited about it. We're going to be providing quads, which is what normally people, roller skates think about, and then also rollerblades. And then you can bring your own rollerblades as well, or roller skates. We're going all out with the disco balls, laser lights, black lights. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. But we're also excited about having calmer times to roller skate. Times that maybe I would like to be there roller skate with. It's not quite as flashy and loud. Maybe some more retro music and stuff that my kids would rather not listen to. And have those times. We're also excited about having sensory sensitive time periods where the lights and the loud music is not going. You can come and bring your own headphones and do something yourself, but it's going to be not that sensory overload, so other people in our community that's a little overwhelming, that they'll be able to come and enjoy it as well. So you can have both skating, and it'll also be part of party packages. The other exciting big thing, main attraction, will be the virtual reality arena. At 2,500 square feet, this virtual reality arena will be the third largest arena in the country. With the other two larger being in Texas, that means that ours will be the largest one on the East Coast. No one else will have something like this. That in of itself will bring people here. And we're still offering prices that are lower than if you went to Roanoke or Lynchburg, or definitely DC, for pricing, which we're very, very excited about. And some of you are probably like, what is a VR arena? What in the world is this? Well, the kids know. Up to 20 people can be together playing a game simultaneously in this open arena. So it's an interactive, free-roaming virtual reality. Maybe some of you have seen those virtual reality goggles. and they sit on the couch or at their computer, or they stand in a little booth and to do it. Well, this is that same kind of system, but it's wireless, and they're running around, physically moving with the game, not just sitting around. And it's not by yourself, although we do have solo options. It will actually be up to 20 people can play together as teams, which is going to be absolutely incredible. So there's the option of a lot of people doing individual games. There's going to be the option for large groups playing together, or two smaller groups playing within their own times. And some people are like, well, won't you run into each other? It's like, well, the game software actually helps with that, because in your virtual reality, you think you're someplace else, and the game keeps track of where you're at. But this here's kind of an image where there's this open space and people are running around, moving around freely within the world that they see. So it's a physical activity with multiple environments in the same place, which is absolutely exciting for me. Because we can do multiple environments without any change except software change. We can do individual and group escape rooms in this way. And because it's software-based escape rooms instead of the physical-based escape rooms, you can come and have like an option of like 100 different escape rooms to play at. That means that tourists are going to come to our area and play this game, and then they're going to be like, instead of being like, well, we already went there and played that, let's go to another city. They're going to be like, well, we can go back to Covington, and we can play the next one, or a different one. And so that's another way to build repeat visits from our tourists. They'll be able to do Fortnite-style group gameplay instead of sitting on a couch by themselves. They'll be able to explore an alien planet, kill zombies. I don't kill zombies in games. I get scared. Just the reality. I'm not going to do that. But I know there are people that love that. Absolutely love that. And I'm all about, I love Nerf wars and airsoft and stuff, but you don't have to pick up anything after this, which is another reason why it's very nice. Here's another thing that will bring people and money to our community because we have this. And that is, a lot of companies today are using virtual reality for their safety training and their certification on equipment. This here is an example of one training software that is used to certify people and train people on an articulating boom lift. So they can train a person on a boom lift without them actually going up in the air and maneuvering an expensive piece of equipment. Companies today are using VR to screen individuals to make sure they're not afraid of heights before getting hired for a job. VR is being used more and more for police training, active shooter drills, different scenarios. Many of those, there are only a single player VR, so only a single police officer can interact in the game at once. This will allow an entire group to interact and practice and train together in more realistic scenarios, which we're really excited about. We believe that this will bring individuals and companies, police academies, etc., from all over Virginia, West Virginia, North Carolina to here, because we'll have capabilities that no one else has. Remember, this is the third largest virtual reality arena in the country, and they can schedule in the mornings before school lets out in the evenings. See how we're working that? So, of course, arcades. Arcades, there's a whole section of the second floor here, the upper level, that we are planning on having dedicated to arcades. Have classic arcades, physical interactive arcades like skee-ball and maybe pool tables. We have a number of pieces of equipment that we're planning on having there for the arcades. We're also planning on using a game card system instead of cash. Now please, let me make this very clear. We are not going cashless. Okay? That's not what I said. What I said was we're going to use a game card system for the arcade, so your kid doesn't have to keep track of quarters and dollar bills while they're running around. It's just a card. And then you can put how much money you want them to spend and no more on that card, and they can go and spend it. Or, for repeat times, they can just come back and use that same card. If they have $5 left on it, they can come back. You know, the kids walk over from middle school and play for 15 minutes while they wait for their parents to come pick them up. And so they're not running around town, they're not wandering around in Food Lion. They're at our place, spending money there. I don't mind it. Or maybe they're just sitting there because it's free to come in and you can hang out with your friends for free there. Either way, they're there. They can spend some time. They can take their card home with them, come back the next day, do it again. And I'll encourage them to spend their time enjoying this time with their friends in a safe place there. Of course, we're thinking about the adults too. One of the things I'm excited about is having golf simulators for the adults. These are not the virtual reality. You bring your own clubs, you hit real balls. But we'll have golf clubs and balls available for rental as well. You can bring your clubs and do that, which is going to be great. Of course, we have to have dining options. What's a family entertainment center without food? There's going to be two main dining areas. This here being the kitchen serving area. There's going to be a downstairs area with booths. There's also going to be an upstairs area above the kitchen that we're going to be providing for people to sit and eat at. When it comes to the options, there's going to be the usual concession food things. There's some foods that people are going to expect. Corn dogs, nuggets, things like that, you know. Pizza, that's kind of the normal things that will be expected there. But we also want to do coffee, soda drinks, etc., soft drinks, and things for people to come again and enjoy. Our desire is for the morning to be more like a mall atmosphere, where older people, like I'm getting, I don't admit that, right? But, you know, will come and it's not all the excitement. They can come and hang out for a while. And then, you know, in the afternoon, about 2, 3 o'clock, then the atmosphere starts to change a little bit. It's more the children orientated. And then when we get to 6 to 8 o'clock, then it changes a little bit more. So we want to have that so people are comfortable coming. I have up here no alcohol. For one thing, I've seen how some of us roller skate without alcohol. Plus, this is going to be a family-friendly place. I want that just clean across the board. And we have restaurants and bars and other places for people to go. They can come here and hang out with the kids at Mountain Rush. They can go to a local restaurant, bar, etc. if they want alcohol. And so that's what we're looking to do there. The other thing I'm excited about is a ramen bar. We wanted something that would be unique. We did not want to overlap with other companies, other businesses in the area. We wanted something very unique. And so a ramen bar, ramen is really, the teenagers really are liking this. There's a lot of young adults. There's older adults that are liking this. And so we're going to be able to, it's all going to be made on site. The noodles are going to be made fresh on site. And you're going to be able to pick the noodles you want, the broth you want, and the toppings you want. And then we're also planning on having catering from local restaurants. We've already started communicating with local restaurants about that, and I want to do more of that so that we can do catering to our location from local restaurants for the party rooms and stuff. Why should we make it when there's already good restaurants making good things in our area? And that also exposes people from outside the area to what's available here. And then outdoor dining. This won't be available right away. We still have to get an engineer to find out what exactly is holding up this flat part of the patio out there. But the goal is to strengthen it as needed and have outdoor dining up there on the second floor, which should be very nice on nice days, and on cold days, just eat inside. That'd be fun.